Hello and welcome. So I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on episode 13 and what the future holds and lore for Inanimate Insanity. So, I'm driving also while doing this, so, because it's the only place I can talk, really. So, this was a big episode about lore. We knew the backstory of Miphone through the crystals, and by the end of the episode, we knew why those crystals were placed, because Miphone wanted to get rid of those horrible memories. And the only problem is, Miphone had a problem he needed the crystals, but it raises the question, why did he have the error in the first place to get those crystals? Now this brings me to my next point, which is my big point. So we know that Cobbs made the Atom bot, which was stored in the closet. It was weared down a bit. So we know Master Atom is, the head of runs Inanimate Insanity. So there is probably I have a 99% chance of the Atom that runs the show and Master Atom, the robot, being the same thing. So in season 1, 5.5, that Atom is probably the robot. So this means that this whole show is a setup, which can explain why Miphone 5 came to take the money at the end of season 1, because he would be out $1 million. After he was unsuccessful in retrieving back the money, they got a second season going, and because Adam immediately called. So, Cobbs made Adam call. And then Miphone asked for an assistant, which was Toilet. So, Toilet knows. There's a good chance Toilet knows everything, and he does know everything. So, we don't know how much he knows. He knows about it. So I think next episode we'll know the backstory of Toilet. Because we know Meatpad's backstory also. But that also raises the question, why hasn't Meatpad shown up until season 2? Now that can be, they didn't really think of putting him in at the time in season 1. They didn't know they would need him, because they didn't have a plot in season 1. So that's also probably why. Probably late season 1 is, I think, when they knew what they wanted to do. Let's see. What other points? Oh yeah. So we know at the end of Mr. Cobbs failed at killing Miphone 4. Now, because he escaped from the headquarters, which would be like, oh, he's fine. So what? He escaped. Moving on to 4S, or the next Miphone. But why would Mr. Cobbs care so much that Miphone 4 was leaving? Maybe because he took Meatpad, but I think there's a bigger issue here that we don't know about, that will probably be revealed in the upcoming episodes. And that can be the whole big idea is what's the motivation for killing Mifune 4? Yeah, it's because the whole the whole show's a setup. Why does Cobbs want to kill Mifune 4? Because Mifune 4S was supposed to do it, but as we see, in the middle of season 1, 4S did kill the Mifune 4. However, they didn't. You can't just end the show right there because they'll get suspicious. Like, why would you end the show? So they had to continue it with Mifune 4S as the host, and just hope it gets over quickly. However, Marshmallow and Paintbrush went back in time and prevented this. And without that, the show would be pretty much over. So, and yeah, it's wacky. So, what's next? The egg. Ooh. So the egg was introduced in the second episode of season 2, and in episode 8 of season 2, Cobbs knew what the egg. He looked at the egg and was like, and he had that look like he knows what it is. He tries to play it off like he finds it interesting. So we know that Cobbs knows what the egg is and what's in it, but we don't. So the egg could be the answer to like everything, and that also brings up the point of wanting to keep in your show and not expand out on a story. But with fans' departure, it kind of exits the pattern. So we can finally get to the closure of the series. So the underlying themes and motives are coming out now. One thing we don't know is, what we do, I think could be expanded upon further, is why... Actually, no, we don't know. We don't know why is Suitcase seeing all these visions. Is it related to Cobbs? Is it just his own personal mind? We don't know. I think that's something that will be revealed, and I think his Suitcase's character arc another character arc will come in the next 3 episodes, which are the last 3. And yeah, so I think we see at the end of the episode, we see Baseball and Test Tube forming a new relationship. As that has been stated, new relationships are forming. So I think that can be something that's a really interesting relationship, because those two characters don't really interact. The taco microphone and knife, taco microphone and knife thing, that's coming up, or like it has been going on. We don't know how much deeper we'll get. And who else is Lightbulb? I feel like Lightbulb probably get eliminated next, because she already had her character story. Or we don't even know if there is going to be any more challenges, because there wasn't a vote for it. So the show, quote unquote, is probably over, because the cover's been blown. And so we just have to see what holds next for the show. I'm at my destination, so I'll see you. Thanks for listening.